You to fly, still standing strong. Got some hard nights, but we kept got on. Love through the pain, learn when we grow. Didn't quit when it got uncomfortable. We had to heal, had to find our voice. Had to choose peace even when it comes. Not perfect people, but we show up real. Faith over fear, learning how to feel. This is life with the Popes. Real love, real hope. Faith in the middle of the highs and lows. We talk it through, we heal, we grow. This is life with the Popes. This is life with the Popes. This is Life with the Popes.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Good
Happy Tuesday.
Good evening.
So glad to be with you tonight. Hope you're doing well. I am the leader of the party tonight, for this little party pooper is all pooped out. Why are you touching the mic?
Because something's showing.
Oh, what's showing?
Your iPad's showing.
Oh, my iPad's showing. Well,
Normally you on it better than this.
I can't
Mr.
see it in the
Pope.
corner. I can't look.
Normally you on
as long
it.
as you can see me.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Welcome to Life with the Popes. I am Rebecca Pope.
Where are you looking?
I was looking at the comments.
I can tell because you look cross-eyed on the screen.
Oh, Lord.
Look at the camera.
Who are you? Are you going to introduce yourself?
I am Kerry Pope, the one and only, the one that keeps her straight with the squeaky chair tonight. My chair squeaky. It's getting on my nerves. I'm about to sit up at all this thing.
I have started a brand new workout and getting back into my working out hard, and I'm tired. So Mr. Pope is going to carry us tonight with his energy. Last week I had to carry him. This week he's carrying me, because when I say I've been up since 4 a.m., I'm tired.
Hey, everybody. God bless you. It's the Coffee and Kerry in the evening show. Mine is this one here. God bless you, Emily. Emma. Hey, Emma. I have Miss Rayford here on YouTube on my channel. And God bless all of you. Listen, tonight's message is a really good one. It's a really good topic, one that many people don't think about. But listen, let's talk about it tonight. All right? Forgiveness as freedom. We're on our freedom series on Thrive Ministries this month, and we're talking about being free. And one of the best ways to be free is forgiveness. And there's a lot of people, Rebecca, that are not over their exes. They're not over the ones that offended them. They're not over, some haven't even forgiven themselves.
Parents, siblings.
Yes. Co-workers, things that you're still holding on to unforgiveness. And so tonight, hey, Carla, we're going to talk tonight about it. And I'm going to be looking at my notes here. So holding a grudge feels like power, but it's actually a prison. One of the things as a reformed unforgiveness person, unforgiveness seems like you're throwing up the white flag and saying, I surrender. You won. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to forgive you. And you got over on me. It feels like a loss until you understand the freedom that comes with truly forgiving. I can say for me, being angry, from the past and being angry at some things, feel like I missed out on life. It made me feel like they got to get payback. God, when are you going to get them back for what they did to me? How dare you do that to me? God, get them back. And I'm holding on to, sitting on the sideline, waiting on God to get them back. And it seemed like they kept prospering and doing well. And they went on with their lives. And the only one that was still holding on to craziness was me. And it was only until I realized that it was a prison that I was living in. How about you? You just forgive everybody. So you don't ever know what unforgiveness means, do you?
Well, no, that's not true.
You
but
sure?
I think that I do have a personality type and energy that I lean into forgiveness, like true forgiveness, acceptance. So I think what makes it easier for me to reach. So I'm going to use forgiveness interchangeably tonight with acceptance, because that's what I really believe forgiveness really is when you make peace in your heart with what happened and what someone did to you. And when you can really truly make peace, you are able to move forward, no longer being entangled or tethered to that person. I've done a lot of healing work and courses over the year and turn around and teach a lot of healing and forgiveness work. And I think for me, one of the things I connected the dots on a long time ago is that in order to be an entrepreneur, in order to do what I've been called to do, both in the healing spaces and the business spaces, I have to energetically be available.
Okay.
I've got
So what does that look like for you then to be available?
It looks like freedom, our key word for the month of March.
Okay.
It feels lighter.
Okay.
My creativity flows when I feel good. So my energy, my vibration, my frequency, my spirit, my mindset, it needs to be light in order for me to create, in order for my gifts to flow really strongly and effectively to help people in the healing, the healing side and healing work that I've done and coaching work over the years. And so, and especially because of taking a lot of healing courses, I learned a long time ago the absolute, how crucial forgiveness is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think for me, as I got older and older, it became easier to lean into acceptance, but doing it from a practice and a work perspective, not setting it to the side and ignoring it because it's what would weigh me down, weigh my soul down over time, recognizing when there's a grievance, going through an actual healing process, a practice, and not stop doing that until I feel that level of release and acceptance.
So what was the hardest part for you before we get into the notes tonight? What was the hardest part of you when you think about that one thing that hurt you so bad? What was the hardest part for you to let go of?
I think that for me, forgiveness has most oftentimes gone hand in hand with physical distance.
Okay.
Because
out of sight, out of mind?
No.
Okay.
More like the things that have hurt me the most or hurt me deeply are grievances or awareness that this person then is no longer going to be in my life because they're not operating on a level of authenticity or integrity or honesty, or the way they treated me, or whatever went down that hurt me so grievously. There, it tends to go hand in hand with there being new physical distance.
Okay.
And so now the key though is what if you have to forgive, or you need to do the forgiveness work, and it's someone who's still going to be close to you? Because I think it's a little easier to forgive and release, and you're not around someone. So they're not, because one of the things I think that is hard, that I've seen a lot, is you forgive someone, you deeply, truly forgive someone, but you're still interacting with them, and then they hurt you again.
Okay.
And again, right? And so there's this repetitive grievance, this repetitive pain, and you keep trying to forgive, but at a certain point, there needs to just be distance, right? And I think it's a lot easier when you do distance yourself physically from people who are going to continually hurt you. When I think about some of the harder forgiveness work, is just when the pain or the injury comes from someone that you don't expect. It's one thing if somebody keeps showing you their colors and it's kind of like, okay, I'm not even shocked by this, you're hurt. But the deepest hurt, I feel like, comes from when you don't expect it.
Okay.
That's what my experience has been.
How about you guys watching? What has been some of your deepest hurts that you had to, and maybe you haven't forgiven. Maybe you're still holding on to the grudges. Maybe you're, in a relationship, a friendship, a workship. You got parents that took advantage of you, maybe your children. But how many of you can say truly unforgiveness is something you found yourself struggling with and you want to let it go? And one thing I wrote down, it says, when someone hurts us, holding a grudge feels like control, like we can control or do a damage control. We can control how much you hurt me if I keep unforgiveness. So if I hold you at an arm's length, and if I keep working against it, then you can't. If I keep working, you can't hurt me. So I'm in control. Also, it feels like we're punishing them. They're not being punished if we let it go. So it's like, you hurt me so bad, I got to pay you back. I got to do things to hurt you back because you hurt me.
So I'm going to withhold my forgiveness.
Withhold my forgiveness. Hold you hostage. Hold my love. Yeah. Hold back sex. Hold back friendship. Hold back being there for you when you call and I know you need me. You get called waiting. I'm not available. So it's one thing to get hurt and you have to retract, as you said, to heal. Some people are not healing. Some people are retracting to punish.
Yeah. I think one of the things that I'm a little bit different in my perspective about it. I forgive. There's a part of me that says, you don't get to hurt me to the point that it affects me. So I have a different perspective. It's kind of like, no, I'm going to forgive you because I'm not going to let the pain or the injury have that power over me. Mm-hmm. So an example, someone who's hurt me deeply, my goal for anyone who's hurt me deeply is that if I happen to run into you, mm-hmm. I can look you in your face, mm-hmm. smile, or even hug you or speak and walk away without any type of disruption in my spirit, where my spirit is clear. Like I have made peace with who you are, where you at, what happened, everything that went down. And when I see you, it's like, hey, good to see you. And I can walk on. And to me, that's winning.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, I'm just saying.
Y'all see, like, yeah.
To me, that's like, yeah, like, yes, that happened. Okay. You know what you did. I know what I did, or whatever the issue is. But you don't that's not going to be something that gets to affect me. I'm not going to let anything that anybody has done to me affect me to where I can't be me or I feel disrupted in my spirit.
I remember this one particular pastor years ago had hurt me. And I remember I had to do a conference, and the pastor who I was doing a conference for told me who was going to be on program. And it happened to be this guy that was going to be on program that hurt me. And I said, really? So you got homeboy coming? He goes, yeah, man, you know him? I said, do I? And I began to tell the pastor who's holding the conference about this dude. He goes, oh man, Pope, well, do you want to still come? Do you want me to have him come? I said, they can still come. I hadn't seen this person since. So we get there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm looking. He walks up, hey, what's up? And I'm like, nigga, if you'll get out my face, because, it's because let me say something to you guys, and this is real talk. What Rebecca said is good. God bless her. All that. You don't know how you're going to react until you're in face with that person. Mm-hmm. And you see them, and they walk up and act like they didn't do nothing. Mm-hmm. Can I get an amen? They walk up and act like they didn't. They like, why you tripping? God, whom the Son has set free is free indeed. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Negro, you didn't even say I'm sorry. You didn't even take ownership of what you did. Mm-hmm. And I'm supposed to just walk up. You gonna throw your hands out, give you a hug like we boys.
And that's why I say forgiveness is work. Because when I go through a forgiveness process, when I go through my spiritual practice of forgiveness, I don't stop doing those exercises and doing that work until I can hold that person, see them in my mind's eye, imagine seeing them, and there is no feelings there, no disruption in my spirit. And that takes work.
Well, first of all, something key. It takes work. But sometimes you don't know how you're gonna react until you see that individual. You make plan in your mind. When I see them, I'm gonna be all good, and that's fine.
I guess I'm just real with myself. Like
real too.
If you go through a forgiveness and release exercise and you keep saying, I forgive you, and you don't stop doing that exercise until you have internal peace. Mm-hmm. I've literally lived this for years. I'll run into that person out, and because I actually have gone through that cathartic process of really truly making peace with it, when I see them, it's no different than what I felt when I was imagining them in front of me. It's like I released them.
Ms. Rayford said on my channel, my mother is who she had the issue. I have forgiven her, but our relationship is not the same. And that's true. When you forgive a person, it doesn't mean you're going to be boys again now. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. I was cool. I was cordial. Sherry's like, hey, man, I was cordial. Sherry laughing. I was cool. But in my mind, for a brief moment, I'm like, nah, player. How about a handshake? How about across the room? But don't come up here with this hug like we boys. And so I had to do some more work because I realized, yeah, I forgave you, but I hadn't released because it affected me. If something still affects you, it's still some unforgiveness there.
Yeah, there's unforgiveness.
Now, you can forgive, but let it, like Rebecca said, forgive to the point where I see you, I've already let it go. So after I saw the individual, I came back and did some work, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, because when people hurt you deeply, and such as men, we go on like we're good, but really it damages. Ladies, you kind of, and men, if you're on tonight, you can attest to this. We kind of, we don't let you know how bad it hurt us. Mm-hmm. But deep down inside, if I see you on the side of the road with a flat tire, you hope that Jesus is going to come and change the tire for you, because I ain't stopping. That's how we feel.
A grudge. Holding grudges.
It ain't grudges. I just don't work for the people that pull over and fix your tires. I will pray somebody come along.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Yeah. And
so, I mean, that's just, this is real talk. I'm not going to lie and say, oh, I was like, well, God bless you, and so good to see you. How you been? How's your family? Man, you can go to hell is how I felt that day I saw him, because I was still unforgiving.
Yeah.
But then I had to do the work. What we have it.
What if you've forgiven them? Can it just be hurt as well? So.
Good question, Tico. Yeah. See? Ari feels it. Ari feels it. Ari said, I feel this. Come on, Ari, you feel me?
No, if it still hurts, then the healing and forgiveness isn't complete.
Now, here's the question. I'm going to get into it. Oh, we got some good comments coming. Whoa, what did it say?
Good evening. Side note, Rebecca, your hair is everything today.
Don't tell her that, Tiffany, because she said it in the camera, go, oh, look at my hair. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
I was like, okay. Thank you, Tiffany. It takes time to process and get it out of your... And okay, I'm so glad Tico made this point.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Tiffany. I'm so glad Tiffany made this... Tico made this point. So, great point, Tico. Forgiveness takes time.
Yes.
And is a process. It's not like, oh, I forgive you, and you give lip service, and you just say it, and then you forgive them. No. Forgiveness takes a lot of processing.
It takes a lot of processing. It takes a lot of Jesus. It takes a lot of going through the emotions of being angry. Most people don't want to do the work because they don't want to feel the emotion again.
And I'll say this, depending on how deep you love this person, the deeper the love, the deeper the pain, the harder it is to forgive. Mm-hmm. So the deeper the love, the deeper the pain, the harder it is to forgive. Mm-hmm. So there is some levels of pain and grievance. It is going to take God.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You're going to have to invite God in.
Yes.
You're going to want to have to be free of this grievance. You're going to have to want it. You're going to have to literally put it before God and invite God into this space and say, God, help me.
And the number one key, I agree with everything you're saying, is be honest with yourself. If you still mad as hell, tell God, I'm still mad. Look.
If you're not ready, you're not ready.
No, and it's a process.
But if you are a grudgy person.
There's no such thing as grudgy people, are they?
And you just hold grudges and you don't think that you need to forgive. Well, then, Rebecca, I'm just not ready to forgive. So if you say, if I'm not ready, I'm not ready. But recognize you cannot thrive in life.
You won't be free.
With a bunch of unforgiveness.
Nope.
This is how you get diseases and disorders in your body, mental health struggles, lack. I mean, it all goes full circle.
And is it who's being affected? The person that hurt you or you that's holding the grudge? You. Because most people, can I be real honest with you? Most people that hurt you thought you had gotten over it. Because they hadn't thought any more about it. And it's been years. And here you come along like it happened just yesterday. And so at the end of the day, if you want to be free in your spirit, if you want to thrive, you must do the work. The second section of this thing, the second thing is what a grudge actually does to you. Rebecca touched on it. A lot of people get sick. When you hold on to unforgiveness, it affects your nervous system. It affects your immune system. People get diseases. And next thing you know, you're going, listen, let unforgiveness hit someone who's dealing with high blood pressure. Bitterness rewires how you see everything. You start expecting to be hurt.
You become guarded, defensive. You put up walls to not let love in.
Wait a minute. Oh, you own it now. So how many people are really, what she just stated, you put up so many boundaries and walls that you didn't let people in, but you actually trapped yourself from getting out.
Yeah.
You have built up so many of protective to where now you're expecting to be hurt. So since I'm expecting to be hurt, I'll make sure I don't get hurt. And you're so guarded. Somebody say, how you doing? What you mean how I'm doing? I'm just asking how you doing.
Somebody hit on you, try to love you, and your last couple of romantic situations hurt you badly. You don't want it, right?
Yeah.
You're not open.
And
Could be a brand new, wonderful person,
Yeah.
but you're guarded.
Yeah. It drains your energy, your focus, and your joy.
That's the point I was hitting on. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that right now. Like I have to be clear. I have to be available. I have to be able to show up in all my power, right? All my creativity. I need all my energy. I don't have no energy for some stankin', funky, old unforgiveness and pain and grudge. I don't have the space for that.
So with that being said,
then it's like the grievance or the pain. So then you're allowing it now to take a larger toll on your soul versus just the instance. The more you hang on and it just drags out, you're losing more and more and more. So now not only did they hurt you in that moment, it's hurting you ongoing now forever, however long you let it drag on.
So Janet asks a great question. What if you have to see them often? So here's the thing. To see someone often, you're going to have a conversation about what hurt you. At some point, you're going to have to say, listen, we need to talk.
Like exes with children.
Yeah.
You got exes with children.
You
got to see them.
What I always say, relationships are rated R for mature audiences only. If you're going to have someone who hurt you and in a relationship and you have children, somebody has to be the bigger person, and somebody has to realize that those children are the ones that, and especially if the other parent's playing them as a pawn and using those children as a pawn to hurt you, there has to be a conversation. There has to be some addressing the elephant in the room.
Good luck.
Well, I mean, just saying, because otherwise you're going to be pissed off till they're 18.
Isn't that a lot of people's situations? I mean, y'all know me, I'll keep it 100.
Oh, Lord.
It got to the point with my ex, my boy's dad, where I only allowed him to communicate with me through email so that everything was documented. We went to court so much and fought so much. And then even after I forgave him, it's like, oh no, this is still the form of communication because I'm not playing. You played in my face. You'll smile in my face in a heartbeat and be ready to take me out the next second. You a snake, so guess what? No, I don't play with you. So now you don't get access to me, right? If it's not about our boys, then we don't communicate. And we're better now that they're grown. You know, things are like so good now that we're able to see each other and be around our kids and everything's fine. But during those times still raising those boys, oh goodness, strong boundaries.
So let me ask you a question to those of you that are watching. Okay, those of you are watching, have you had to face that situation where the one you may have children with, or you have to see them often to the point where it's affecting you like Rebecca said, to where it's robbing you of your joy, your happiness? Because one of my next points is if you don't do the work and let the forgiveness happen, it will poison your next relationship because you're still wounded by the last one. Mm-hmm. You'll go in and punish the next person for what the other person done to you because you got all these things in place for that person to prove their love when the other person didn't have love. Yeah. And so how many of you are struggling with that tonight? You can say, Kerry, that's an issue. I have Patricia. She said, hey, everybody. Hey, Patricia, how you doing? She's on my channel. Good to have you on tonight. But unforgiveness it's not as easy as saying, okay, I forgive you. And especially if your child look like the one that hurt you. Little Junior or little Samantha look like their mama or their daddy. Yeah. And my mama said, I like my new daddy better.
So
my new daddy? What do you mean your new daddy?
I'm also of the belief.
What are you of the belief?
That there is no better revenge
than success.
I'm famous for saying this.
Yes, ma'am.
I say it all the time.
That yes,
you forgive, and there's nothing like you forgive and you focus on yourself and elevate your life and thrive to the point that you rise above. all the old situations, because that in and of itself is power.
Yeah.
And not to say, oh, we're just looking at power over people. No, I'm talking about power over situations, that the situations
that should have took you
no
out.
longer affect you, no longer, this sting you. It's like my ex, I just rose right on up out of it, shoot for the moon, right? No looking back. Now, so if I would see him, it'd be like, whatever, you know what I mean? So now it just becomes, they're acting petty. It's not even that big of a deal. I don't even give it that much energy, because you rise above it. Because that's the other element of forgiveness. It gives you a power to be able to rise up, out and away from people to where it doesn't affect you. Not like it used to.
Yeah. Do you know how powerful unforgiveness is? Unforgiveness is drinking poison and waiting for the other person to get sick.
Yeah. Famous quote.
You're drinking the poison, but you're waiting on them to get sick. That's unforgiveness. It affects you spiritually to where you can't even access peace. You want peace, but the only way you can get peace is you got to let go of that which is robbing you of your peace. So, unforgiveness, Christy said, I've been there, taking out my pain from previous relationships into others. It takes hard work to let it go. It's worth it, though. Yeah. It is. It is. All right. Number 3, what forgiveness is not. Okay. Most people get stuck here. So let's address it directly. Forgiveness is not saying what they did was okay. Forgiveness is not trusting them again automatically. That's what Miss Rayford said over here. Just because you used to forgive it doesn't mean y'all go back to kicking it next week. No.
Yeah, I've had people come back and apologize for what they did and ask if we can be close again. And there's some people I've had to just say no. Like, I forgive you, but no, the opportunity for us to be like it was, or the opportunity you had back then to have access to me, to think that we would be on a certain level of closeness, that time has come and gone. Mm-hmm. And I don't trust like I did then. The parts of that you've shown to me, or the pain that was inflicted, is to say, I'm good, right? I love you. I forgive you, but you're not someone that I want to be close in my life. And I get to hire and fire who gets to be in my life. Just because you love me or care about me does not immediately mean you have access to me. It has to be mutual. I get to decide who I allow into my inner circle of trust, who I get to be in my top 5 people who influence me, the top 5 average, or the average of the top 5 people closest to you. I get to decide who those people are. Like, so I'm very selective, and have become even more selective of who I allow around me as I matured, right?
As you get older, your circle gets smaller. Yeah. Forgiveness is not forgetting what happened. Forgiveness is not letting them back into your life. Forgiveness is not even something that they have to know about. Yeah. You don't have to say, oh, I forgave you. No, I don't have to send out a SOS, I forgave you message. No, forgiveness is not a gift you give them. It's the door you open to give for yourself. Forgiveness is not for that person. Forgiveness is for you to be free so you can move on to the next things in your life that God has for you. Yeah. It's so important.
Do you guys remember the Work Masterclass? And if you've been in any of my other healing classes as well, we go through a process where you have to go through a healing letter and forgiveness. And one of the instructions is that you are not to reach out to the person. You are not to send the letter. You're not to text somebody. You're not to, hey, by the way, I forgive you, right? Because you're just opening the door for more injury, more pain, right? It is personal. It's between you and God. You are cleaning up your side of the street. It's not even about them. And that's part of the tricky part, is that I think the enemy loves to try to make it about them when it's about your soul. It's about your energy, your spirit, you being able to walk out your life in joy and peace. It's not about them.
No. So let's talk about what forgiveness actually is. Forgiveness is the decision, not just words, not just a feeling. Decisions is for feelings, forgiveness is a decision, not feelings. In other words, well, I feel like I forgive you. No, you have to make a decision.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
To say, I choose to let it go and let them go, the situation go, whatever it may be. You make a conscious decision to say, I'm done. Because it's like you wake up one morning and you realize, I gotta let this go. It's too much. If you go to the doctor's office, your blood pressure sky high, and they saying, what something's going on with you? What did you drink coffee? No. Are you upset? Well, because it shows.
Man, listen.
It shows. What we got?
Tico says, what's interesting is how we know if God did the pruning. He's saving us from something we might not see. So the pruning may be the blessing. Tico, listen, you preaching tonight, because when I tell you I have had people get removed from my life, unexpectedly, suddenly,
you were killing folks right now.
Removed, right, from my life. And you're sitting there like, I'm talking decades in, right? And you're sitting there like, oh my God, are you serious? But it would never fail that whatever was coming next in my life, this person would have been a stumbling block. This person would have been a hindrance. This person wasn't a fit for what was next in my life. And if I'm really honest, for me, there's always been a slight element of disobedience inside of people and relationships that have hurt me and disappointed me, that I began to see that this relationship was expired. I began to see clearly their ways, right? I began to see the truth of who they are. You see how they treat other people. You see their decision making. You see their toxic habits. You see the mindset. You begin to see all this stuff, but you think that it'll never come around to you. You think that they would never treat you that way. You think that they would never talk about you that way. You think, and so when it's finally your turn, it shouldn't be a shock. Right? It's like we are intelligent. We can see how this plays out, but when it's our turn, we're shocked and we're hurt. And so one of the things I've implemented in my life is a much stronger vetting process for allowing people to be close to me, because I have to recognize, first of all, I'm particular. I just am. I'm really particular. And I can't be so quick to hire because I'm going to have to fire you real quick too, right? So it needs to be a process of really getting to know people before you allow them full access to your life. Tico says it's 20 years in. And those are the relationships, Tico, that just cut you to the bone.
Let me say something, guys. And I've noticed this in my life. Rebecca has noticed it in hers. And let's talk relationship for a second. Most relationships, unless they grow together, they will grow apart. And what typically happens is who you are in your 20s is not who you are in your 40s. And sometimes you marry people on the level of your maturity. Yeah. And as you mature and they don't mature, there's this separation. Maybe you didn't have anything in common before. Maybe you was in a relationship for lust or for the financial reasons or whatever it may be, but there was never the pure chemical relation. It wasn't pure. It wasn't compatibility. And so now you wake up one day and you look at the person and they're not anything that you wanted. Now you've matured. You've gone to another level. You've grown apart. And most people, now watch this. I do wedding vows, and we say in the vows, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, till death do us part. Now, we have been taught that death do us part means physical death. But what if all that we've gone through in life, I look in the mirror and I'm no longer living? that I've died in this relationship. I've died in this friendship, that I'm just really a body here. We're more roommates than we are relationships. That relationship is dead. Death has done you part. And so a lot of times people are in relationships that you've gone two separate directions. Rebecca and I, we you know, one of the things that we talked about is that, yeah, we wish we had met each other younger so we could have had children, but we're grateful we met each other older so we have processed through a lot of things that now we know what we want.
A mature choice.
A mature choice versus a lustful choice or I want a dime on my arm, or I want a money man. No, now it's like, I just want somebody that I can love, and they love me. We can have a peace of mind, and we can relax and enjoy and grow old together. Yeah. All that other stuff that we used to chase when we were younger, that stuff doesn't mean anything. If you be honest with us right now tonight, how many of you can truly say what you wanted in your 20s, you don't want in your 40s, you don't want in your 50s?
Romantic or friendships. It just, and if it doesn't evolve, one of the things I think that's crucial too, guys, is if you have a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset, a growth mindset. If you are always working on yourself and you're always developing personally, you're always stretching yourself for growth, recognize that most people are not like that. And what I began to realize as I analyzed myself and my relationships and connections is that I'm always growing. Like where I was 3 months ago is not where I am now. Where I was a year ago is like a completely different person than I was a year ago. And so in friendships, most friendships and relationships are built on compatibility. Well, if you meet someone at a certain point and you have a lot in common, it doesn't mean if you're not stagnant and you're growing, you're pacing out here and you're changing. The core of who you are can keep evolving and changing. You may not even realize some things about yourself that you come into in different chapters of your life. And all of a sudden, this relationship that used to be built on this commonality or these major compatibility points aren't so compatible anymore. Yeah. And so long term, when you are someone who's always growing, so unless you get around other people who are growing as well, it can be very difficult. I have friends right now and women in my life that I met a year or two ago that I have more in common with than friends I've had for 20 or 30 years. And because you can meet somebody new and that person is more in alignment with who you are now, spiritually, emotionally, professionally, right? Entrepreneurially, you can have so much more in common than someone you may have known for 20 and 30 years.
And here's the question. And here's one thing that, Rebecca and I, we're husband and wife, we're best friends. We talk, we help each other. We're business partners. We do it all. Here's what we've come to understand, and I think it's very important to realize. When someone is in your life, they're not like Walmart. They're not a one-stop shop where you can get everything from. You may have a friend that you're on this level with. You got this friend over here that you're on that level with. You got this person over here you're with that level with. You got to understand that people in your lives are in your lives in certain areas and certain seasons. As you get older, you don't need the rah-rah people in your corner anymore. One of the reasons why Rebecca and I work so well is I'm a homebody. You were looking, when I first met her and I was seeing all the stuff she was doing and she's out and I saw this one picture, she was around 20 guys and she's sitting in one of them lap because she was doing I didn't know she was doing a matchmaking thing, right? But when I saw her, I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not getting with this because she going to be like, wild coyote, what's that coyote?
Coyote ugly.
Coyote ugly out there dancing on the bars and the streets on the top and all this. And I'm like, And when I got to know her and she like, I've done that. I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Because if you were still doing that, we wouldn't be together. In other words, I'm saying that to say this. Some of you have to say, am I with someone who hasn't grown up yet? Who's still trying to be, not letting go of their 20s. They're still trying to be that because at some point in life, you got to turn in your player's card, you got to turn in your girl's card, and you got to say, listen, I just want my forever after to where we can chill, watch the sunset, and sit in the house and play board games or something. 9 o'clock, we're looking for a bed. Not this. And I think what forgiveness is when you realize that the persons or the jobs or the friends that you tried to make that can never be that.
And that's a good point too, Kerry.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you guys can weigh in. Some of my greatest pain has been from my fantasy of who
they could have been.
Who I wanted them to be, who I believed them to be, the parts I was ignoring, kind of the signs were there. It's always in hindsight, hindsight's 20/20. You can look back and be like, that was always there, And then if we're really honest, it's like we idolize people. We create these ideals in our mind of who we want people to be or how we expect them to be. And a lot of it is like a lot of projection. We want people to be like us. We want people to love us the way we love them. We want people to be loyal the way we're loyal to them. We want people to be, vulnerable and faithful and loyal and all kinds of stuff that, in what we are giving, we want in return. And then we will project that onto that person. And even if the facts and data are showing you that that is not who they are, you will keep doubling down on the expectation or trusting in the idea of this person versus the reality. I can honestly say.
Why then? Why do we do that?
I think it's ego. I think it's, a lot of it is just control. We want people to be who we want them to be.
Is it that we could maybe make it be that we want to see the best in everyone? So maybe I know you're that way, but I can love it out of you?
For me, I would say that, Ari says, I have broken my own heart so many times idolizing people's potential.
That's the key word.
Yes.
Potential.
That part.
That's
and then
the key.
Also for me, I would say, like real talk, I will take somebody
what you about to say?
At surface value. I will take whatever they're presenting to me, and I previously would not do enough digging. I wouldn't do enough, I didn't pay attention enough. I've always been someone who's very consumed by my goals, very consumed by, my businesses. And that has tended to make me not always super present and then you add in what Ari is saying, where I'm not judgy and I'm not, I'm creating, when I love you, I just think the best of you. I think that, you're amazing. And I'm ignoring, all the signs that were there.
So as we got to wrap this thing up, guys, here's the hardest part and probably the most important part of forgiveness. You ready? What if they do not ask for forgiveness? They walk around as though they did nothing. They look at me like I'm the problem. Most people wait for an apology before they forgive, but that gives the other person complete control over your healing. Some people will never apologize.
Some people don't even think they did anything wrong.
And that's what I was going to say, because they don't think they did wrong, or they've moved on, or they're no longer in your life, or they may even be dead. Waiting on them means your freedom has conditions on it. Your healing cannot be held hostage to their humility. You have to make up the decision that whether you apologize or not, I have to let it go so that I can be free to be blessed, to live life in its fullest, and to thrive. The only person that hurts when you don't forgive is you. So, Kerry, if that's the case, how do I actually do it? Oh, what Tika said. Another thing, read it for me.
Another thing, all 2025, I was in doing the work and healing myself in Rebecca's Thrive Life classes. I felt growth. The other party wasn't doing the work, which means I'm growing. We just grew apart. So,
Hope, Tico, listen. Now, you brought me back to Miss Rayford said over here, Miss Patricia said, I'm glad God changed my heart towards people that wronged me. I hold grudges. I used to hold grudges for a long time. Tico said something key. And thank you for your comments tonight. If you, how can I put this? You can love something broken. When you start doing the work to heal, okay, what's going to happen is this. If both of you do not do the work, you'll start seeing how ugly they really are when your eyes look through a different set of lenses. And I don't mean ugly physically. In some cases it may be. But I'm talking ugly in their character, in the relationship, in the friendship. You'll see that, wait a minute, all along, you were never really as what I thought you were.
You didn't love me like I
because
thought you did.
If Rebecca's hurt, I'm hurt. She does the work. I don't do the work. Then she's gonna get hurt even more when she realizes how broken I am, and that she let a broken person into her life like that. Broken people get broken people, but if you heal, both of you are healing because you're both going up to. Remember I said if one does the work and the other does the work, you're going up together. You're not growing apart. You're growing together because you're loving each other through each other's pain. When she's down, I got her. When I'm down, she has me. But if I'm the only one doing the work and you acting like you ain't have nothing to work on, we're going like this. We're going in the opposite directions. And what you're saying there, Teacup, that's the key.
It goes back to unequally yoked.
Well, at that time you become unequally yoked
because how can two walk together unless they agree?
Yeah.
If you're not going in the same direction, you can try to make those scriptures as deep as you want, but it's pretty simple. Mm-hmm. You have to be going in the same direction to be able to hold hands and go together.
That part.
If you're going in totally opposite directions, if your goals and targets are completely different, you can't go anywhere together.
Nope. So, as we close, how do you actually do what you're saying? Forgive.
1 second before you go into that, because I know some people will jump off because we're at the end of our hour.
Sure.
We have a brand new YouTube channel for Thrive. I'm putting it here, guys. We are beginning to build our Thrive channel. We don't have any content over there, but we need you to subscribe because we're going to start putting all of our Thrive content over on our brand new YouTube channel.
In other words, you got 2 weeks and we ain't going to be on these channels here now, Mao.
We're going to be over on Thrive.
We're going to be over on Thrive.
So please make sure you subscribe over there because we're going to make a transition. Yeah. Our team is about to put all the content up over there and all our replays from the Life with the Popes, and our Sunday service will be over there as well. Yeah. So Thrive is going to have a new home over on our brand new YouTube channel. So please make sure you subscribe to that, and we'll also send it out in an email as well as a reminder.
And we will push you. We won't just go ghost on you. Yeah. But eventually you're going to look for us.
We're going to transition.
Real quick, Miss Rayford said, that was me with my daughter's father. I thought he would change when we got married. I was so wrong. Listen, you can't love people to change. I'm sorry. Oh, look at that. Just subscribe. Yay. Done. I love action.
Thank you, guys.
So here we go, guys. Don't hang up real quick.
Homework.
Practical steps to forgive. This is practical steps, not just a concept. Number 1, name it. Say out loud or write down actually what they did and how it made you feel. Rebecca taught me something very, very, very profound. I don't like writing. Writing is how you get it out on paper. You look at it, it works. Number 2, own your pain. Don't minimize it. It hurt. It broke you. It's real. Okay? First of all, you name it. Second, you own it. Number 3, make a decision. I choose to release this person from the debt I feel they owe me. I release you. Number 4, pray it or say it. Speak it out. Words have power over the mind. Don't just write it, but then turn around and say it out loud. I release you. Repeat it when the feelings come back. Because let's say this. Just because you said it doesn't mean the feelings are going to leave.
Just keep doing it.
Keep doing it. Repetitiveness. When you see that person, say it again. When the feeling comes back, say it again. You take authority over that situation and you speak it until it becomes your reality. And number 3, and this is so important, get help if you need it. Some wounds are so deep that you need a counselor, a therapist. I have a therapist. She have a therapist. We have a therapist. You need to have someone that is trustworthy, that's not your girlfriend or your boy, A therapist that is licensed and practiced in helping you deal with these deep traumas.
Yeah.
Because you get with your boy, he may say, you right to feel the way you do. Forget that heifer. And here you are mad even more. No. Okay? So, forgiveness doesn't mean what happened was okay. It means you are more important than what happened.
Hey.
Yeah. That was hot, wasn't it? Yeah.
Really good.
All right, Rebecca, you want to close us out with a prayer or some words of encouragement? You got the close on here.
Listen.
Anybody have any questions, comments? Oh,
Forgive.
where can they write us? If
you want to give a donation, you want to partner, if this has been helpful to you.
Yeah.
You can make an offering.
Let me do the same on my end.
Love offering.
Yeah,
if this message has helped you. Life with the Popes is part of Thrive Institute and Ministries. We are brand new and we are continuing to grow and to build. So we appreciate all of your support. If this has helped you, you can sow a seed and a love offering there at that link.
And let me put it up on my page.
We appreciate all of you so much. So much. Thank you for tuning in. We didn't even send out a reminder email tonight. I have been low energy this afternoon. These exercises have been kicking my booty. But I appreciate you for showing
She's going upstairs and cook a 5-course meal after we finish.
No, I'm getting in my bed.
I've got to eat some noodles. I got to eat noodles. You going to do your husband like that? The man that
fruit.
I done had enough fruit.
So we appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to the new channel. Make sure if you're giving a love offering, if this message helped you, thank you so much.
Hold on. What's the new channel? Put on mine. Type it in mine for me.
Oh, crap, Kerry. I already got off of it.
No, this is my page.
I know. I'm saying I don't have it pasted. I just copied and paste.
Oh, well, paste it and send it to me.
It's Thrive.
Just send it to me real quick. I want to put it on my page as well. So I don't want people saying, well, I don't know what new channel you're going to because they're not on your channel. So with that being said, any questions, any comments before we leave? Did tonight really help you guys? Did tonight make you say, man, you guys went deep. You kind of knocked the scab off my wound and make me have to, own it.
You're welcome, Christy. You're welcome. Thank you guys for all your comments and sharing and being honest and vulnerable. It helps to make everything we do at Life with the Pope so much better and so much more insightful. You don't realize that your comments and the things you're saying is what other people who might be afraid to share are feeling. So sharing and then us, commenting on it and talking about it really helps. So it's a discussion. It's a conversation.
And that's what it is. It's like you're sitting in the living room with us and we're having a conversation and we're having a powwow and talk about, hey, and if you notice, think about Rebecca and I, we talk about our own lives. We talk about what we've gone through because we're blessed to have made it through in our right minds, still wanting to have love and believe in love. She told me one time, I can't believe you still believe in love after all you've gone through. Yeah. And,
Carrie's
many of you are the
courageous.
same way. Love it takes courage to love and put your heart in someone's hands.
Yeah, after
Period.
Great loss.
It takes that. All right, Rebecca Lynn.
God, we thank you.
Yes.
We thank you for this session. We thank you for this episode of Life with the Popes. God, we pray for every single person connected in our Thrive family, every soul. God, we pray for uplifting. We pray for breakthrough. We pray for forgiveness and healing to flow so that they can be free. God, bless every single person aligned who will see this now live and in replay. Your blessing be upon them. In your name we pray. Amen.
All right, guys. Blessings of the abundance, as you love to say. We
Blessings
love
in
you guys.
abundance.
We'll see
Love
you.
guys.
Take care.
Bye-bye.